What is imprinted in the subconscious mind repeats itself. The jinxes we experience come from this very principle. Long ago, I once lived in a group setting with several people. Since each of us grew up in different environments, with different parental influences, and unique personal tastes, it was nearly impossible to satisfy everyone. Among the most difficult aspects were sleep habits and food preferences. Some people would go to bed very early and wake up at dawn, while others stayed awake until the early hours and slept late. Some needed bread or noodles with every meal, while others insisted on having rice. For example, those who grew up in America felt that a meal wasn't complete without bread, whereas Koreans felt the same way about rice. So we always had to prepare both. Even if we set certain rules for daily life, it was still inconvenient for everyone in one way or another. Among us was a female student who couldn't eat carrots. Whenever she did, she would break out in hives, feel weak and dizzy, and be bedridden for days. To outsiders, this seemed quite unusual. One day, out of curiosity, we decided to test what would happen if carrots were hidden in the food. We prepared a vegetable porridge and salad with carrots finely grated into them, and we kept secret it to her. Since the carrots were blended in, they weren't visible, and everyone including her ate the dishes and found them delicious. After lunch, we went about our afternoon as usual, and nothing seemed wrong. But the secret didn't last long. A mischievous junior, unable to resist, joked that she had just eaten carrots hidden in the porridge and salad. He teased her not to complain anymore about not being able to eat carrots. And that's when it happened. The moment she heard those words, her body suddenly broke out in hives. She felt dizzy, and she had to lie down for several days. Not only did she feel hurt that everyone had deceived her, but she also physically suffered the same allergic reaction she had experienced before. So, did the carrot itself trigger the reaction? Or did her subconscious mind revive the memory of past experiences? The answer is clear. Even if she consciously forgot, her subconscious remembered. The subconscious reactivated the imprinted memory and reproduced the bodily reaction. If the carrot itself had been the cause, the reaction should have appeared immediately after eating. But since nothing happened until she heard the truth, we can see that it was her subconscious that recreated the condition. Her body responded not to the carrot itself but to the memory of reacting to it. The subconscious had stored the imprint, and once triggered, it replayed the entire scenario. This is how deeply imprinted experiences in the subconscious can be unintentionally replayed. Once the subconscious accepts something, it remembers and recreates situations, shaping our lives. This shows how powerful even a single word or thought can be. That is why, when giving commands to the subconscious or affirming something about ourselves, we should never use words that harm us. Someone who says, "If I drink coffee, I can't sleep until 3 a.m., is essentially instructing the subconscious to keep them awake until 3 a.m. And so it becomes a repeated reality. Someone who says, "I have no luck with money, I will never be wealthy," is ordering the subconscious to keep them poor. This is why gratitude is so much more important than complaint. The subconscious can make all things possible or impossible. Therefore, we must consciously guide it to create favorable conditions. That is why it is crucial to stay awake in our awareness. We must stay awake. Jesus Christ calls out to us, "Stay awake with me." Buddha admonishes us, "Be awake." Thank you for your watching.